had been through this pandemic. Yay, for too long. Our kids have suffered. Their mental health has been damaged. Our parents' mental health has been damaged. We are watching our families and our loved ones and our kids fall apart. Virtual learning does not work for our students. And it is time that our board government wake up and understand that they are going to be having years and years of long-term damage for the rest of our children's future. This is not just 2 years. This is going to haunt our children for possibly 60 years to come. How are they going to survive through university? They might be in JK now, but do you realize the long-term effects that this is going to haunt them from an educational standpoint? You try and justify why my children have to stare at a screen every day when I go to work. It is not appropriate. Our children all need to be in-person learning. Virtual learning is damaging.
Yeah, I think the kids have suffered the most throughout this pandemic, unfortunately, and they have been the ones who have honestly been least affected by the virus as well. So I think it's so important for their physical, mental development to be in school, and it's they need to open the schools. Bottom line. You know, we have malls open. I can go and buy a bottle of booze if I want, but my kid can't learn his ABCs. It's the hypocrisy of it all.
Children belong in school. They need to learn. They need to dream. They need to make friendships. They need to make their own future. It's just enough. It's a sad academic year, and we are at square one again. A lot of children have no perspective anymore, and it just breaks my heart. And this is why I'm here. I have 2 children myself, and I want them to grow up mentally strong and dream of a better world. And right now, government is not giving that to them. That's why I'm here.
I'm here because my kids are in grade 1 and 3, and it's absolutely imperative that they are in school. The harms caused by remote learning are so much more severe than the harms caused by COVID-19 for children. And ultimately, this is a huge failure on the part of our government to not permit children to be in school.
Increases inequities. And I'm just highlighting that Stephen Lecce's lie, special education students are not permitted to be in class and learn in person.
I think we're really concerned that there's been a relatively small amount of the budget put towards actually addressing our healthcare infrastructure, our hiring of more doctors and nurses, and supporting our kids so that they can actually be in a healthy environment. And there's very simple things we could be doing. 1, hiring more teachers. 2, moving towards a forest school curriculum that is outdoor centered and applied learning, and shrinking the class sizes, and of course investing in the infrastructure to clean the air in our schools and provide more space for students, which was something that was being talked about pre-COVID. So we just need to really, I guess, make our priorities the right priorities.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think the Ford government is doing that.
Yeah.
I do not recognize the province and country in which I grew up. My parents are from the former Soviet Union. They came here, they made the best possible choice of all the countries. I was educated in Toronto's public school systems. I went to university here. What have we done to the next generation? I now question their choice because they didn't think 2 generations ahead. Did you realize what would happen to our country? That we would stop educating children as a form of expression. That we would close the schools and say that kids are safe by not being educated. So I wish to speak words as they are. The closure of the schools in Ontario is a policy crime. It is a policy crime. I had the Worldwide Commission to Educate All Kids post-pandemic through the Institute for 21st Century Questions. We have 60 countries on the commission and represented from all across Canada. Fellow Canadians, fellow Ontarians, you will appreciate that the biggest policy catastrophe of the pandemic is not the economy, it is not public health, it is not COVID, it is the catastrophe of the children. Let me give you a statistic that will shock you, and I want you to think about it when you go home. Please think about it, because you will not understand what I'm saying. There's physical school, there's virtual school, and then there's a condition that now obtains called no school at all. Zero school. In Ontario, we have 100,000 children not in any school at all. They are not in pod school, they are not in home school, they are on the street, they are sitting in rooms, in corners, they're disintegrating. And we have done this to them. We have done this to them. And every time we close the schools, we cause thousands more kids to go into what we call this third bucket condition. No school at all. We will see these kids a year or two down the road, and they will ask us, what did you do to us? Why did you do that? And we will have no answer.
I don't think our schools should be closed. When you're in online school and you're learning, the teachers say you're learning a lot, but to tell you the truth, you aren't really learning as much as you are in school when you're with everyone and you get to have face-to-face conversation.
The people in decision-making authority know this for a fact. We have put this to them frontally. They know the statistics. One would think they would never dare repeat this crime again. And yet they did it frontally in our face. The schools would open Wednesday. Just kidding. They're closed until January 17th. Maybe, maybe not. We'll laugh in your face again if we close them. It is expressively cruel to our children. It is unforgivable morally. It is strategically degenerate. We do not do this to a society that wishes to have a tomorrow. And we do not do this to the kids that are in our protection. We are either preparing them for tomorrow or we have failed. And we are well en route to failing, friends, Ontarians. It must stop now. We open the schools, we never close them again.
I want to go back to school because I miss all of my friends and my teacher.
When you go home, talk to your neighbors, go online, call your politicians. Do not stand passively while they sit and our kids rot, because tomorrow they will be underprepared. The world of tomorrow will be difficult. And most countries in the world, and I deal with all of them, have not been as stupid as us. They've nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You guys close. We will continue to educate. And they will meet us tomorrow. They will destroy us. And good on them. They prepared. We didn't. We closed the schools. We have 100,000 kids out of school. They look at us like we're from Mars. We are from Mars. How could this have happened?
It's hard for me to do online because I have a learning disability. It's hard for me to focus, and I'm stressed out all the time.
I'm so sorry, sweetie. Thank you for speaking out.
I think school should open up because when you're online, it's hard to focus and you don't learn as much when you're not focused. To tell the truth, I don't think I've learned anything during the time of online schooling. So I just want to make this straight. Doug Ford, please open back the schools for everybody. I want to go back to school because I want to go and play with my friends because I want to go back and see my team